Hello everybody, today we are talking about something called representative samples. So we're still in that part 2 of the data cycle, and we're still talking about how to collect and acquire data. But we really want to make sure that the data that we get is accurate and representative of the general population. So before we get into everything, we need to dive into some vocab. You heard me say population. Population is the entire set of individuals or items that are involved in a statistical study. So this could be one class, this could be a grade level, it could be a whole school district, it could be as big as the whole country or even bigger than that, right? So sometimes those populations get really big, and we don't want to have to go around and ask every single person in the country the same question, but we still want to be able to get accurate data. So what we do for that is something called sampling. So here is an example of that here. Say that I want the opinion of the entire student body at school, right? So I want to know what all the students think, but I don't want to have to ask every student. My sample could be one male and one female student from every homeroom class. So this is getting me all the different grade levels represented. It's also getting different genders represented. So this is a good representative sample. So another kind of way you can see that is we have a population that looks like this with all different kinds of people with different opinions, right? And we want to take that sample that has a little bit of all these different people right in there. So even though we're only asking 3 people, we're not asking the whole group, we still are hopefully getting that representative sample that's going to help us give that accurate information about how they feel. So diving into some more vocab, some other ways that we can get that accurate and representative information without having to ask everybody are through using random samples and our sample size. So a random sample is where every single person in the population has an equal chance of being selected. So say I want the opinion of my math class, right? Instead of just going and asking my 4 friends that I talk to all the time, I could put everybody in that class on a random name spinner, and I could spin the spinner to get 5 different names, and then I can use those people to get their opinions, and that would be a good representative sample of the class instead of just the people that I talk to. The other thing that's going to help is our sample size. So if I want to get the opinion of the entire student body, right, and say that we have 500 kids at school, if I only ask 5 kids, right, I'm probably not getting the most accurate data. Even if I have them from all different grade levels, different genders, different areas of the school, right, 5 students is just not a lot of students. If I ask 50 students or 100 students, right, I'm still not asking every single student, but the more people that I ask, the more accurate the data is going to be. The smaller that sample size, right, the less accurate the data is going to be. Okay, so that was a lot of vocab. Let's see what that actually looks like when we're looking at real life problems. So, how can we ensure that our data that we collect is useful and accurate? Number 1, we've got a school district is looking to update their breakfast and lunch options offered by the cafeteria. Who should they survey to ensure that the data collected is representative of the entire population? So, would we do in a random sample of just Miss Smith's 7th grade class? No, that sample size is way too small, right? And specific to a grade level and specific to that one school, right? So that's not going to be accurate to the entire school district. If we ask 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students from each middle school, that would be helpful for the middle school students, but we're not getting the opinions of their elementary school students or high school students or any of the staff. So again, not a representative sample. If we ask just teachers from the elementary school, again, we're only getting that small, not representative example. So a good example of a representative sample would be students from each grade level at each school in the city, right? So we're getting every grade level across the board, every school represented, and so this is a much better representative sample. And our last question of the day, we have Busch Gardens would like to make some changes to improve their guest experience. Which of the following is the best group to survey to decide what changes should be made? Should it be a group of senior citizens at a nearby nursing home, every 10th customer who walks through the gates, 50 random customers in the Sesame Street or children's area, or every male customer at the park? Go ahead and pause here and see what you think. If you chose B, you are correct. If we're going to ask senior citizens at a nearby nursing home, they have nothing to do with Busch Gardens, right? So that is not helpful for them. If we're asking 50 random customers, but it's in that specific children's area, they're probably not going to give us the most useful information for the entire park. And if we ask just the male customers at the park, right, we're not going to get that full, diverse, representative sample that we want. So every 10th customer who walks through the gates is that sample where every person that comes to the park that day has that equal chance of getting chosen, and hopefully we're getting that diverse group that is representative of the larger group. Okay, so hopefully you have a better understanding of what a representative sample is and how we can create one when we are acquiring and collecting data. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you next time.